In this province, the police are arresting people who are illegally in the country. And that's what they're supposed to do. There should be no equivocation about that. But when they do it, they're enforcing the law. When others do it who are not authorized by law, they are breaking the law. So the immigration laws are being enforced in this province, but let's not underestimate the scale of the challenge we face. With the interministerial committee led by Minister Cachal, I accompanied the delegation to visit Lindela last week. Every day they deal with between 500 and 800 people in that facility. Every day. So the country has a challenge going forward to secure the borders. And that's going to cost money. Maybe new technology. But the government is addressing that matter. It's going to take time, but we agree that that is a matter that needs urgent attention. The bill, in the period leading up to the 30th and beyond, my job is to ensure that the police are ready to deal with any eventuality. As the Minister of Police. I'm not the Minister of Human Rights. I'm not the Minister of Social Development. I have to make sure that the police are ready to maintain safety and security. And I'm satisfied that we are ready in this province. Every day, every area where we anticipate protest action or where that protest action occurs spontaneously is being monitored. We are ready to deploy proactively and reactively. And the people who are planning disruption should understand that. We're not waiting for the disruption to happen. I'm hoping that, as Dr. Zulu was saying to me, June the 30th will be a normal day. The people who want to open their businesses must be able to businesses. People who want to go to work must be able to go to work unhindered. And people who are here illegally in the country must know that the police are there and the officials of Home Affairs there to enforce the law, but that they will not be bullied and intimidated in our country, because we respect the humanity and the dignity of all people. That's who we are as South Africans. This evening I'm attending a meeting convened by the President, which is part of the same process. I already attended a meeting that he convened with all the religious leaders, who themselves should be making public statements. He has met with the traditional leaders. And tomorrow there is another meeting, and I'm not sure exactly what, but it's also a meeting convened by the President. And I form part of a interministerial committee led by Minister Cachal that is dealing comprehensively with the immigration issue. It includes also the Minister of Home Affairs, whose responsibility it is to help us deal with the issue of illegal immigration, secure the borders. And I hope I'm not going to have to eat my words, but I feel that the police are ready, given the the responsibility and the urgency and the professionalism with which they've responded to this. We have declared this a special operation. Leave has been suspended. And let me also clarify that the army has not been called up, because I'm not anticipating that we're going to have to do that. But we will do that if we have to. For instance, to protect critical infrastructure. Because what's not negotiable is the safety and security of the country, its people, its infrastructure, its economy. It's not negotiable. So we are going to do everything to ensure that June the 30th is a normal day. A normal day could include protest action, but it does not include violence. There's something that the Archbishop said in the meeting with the President. Let me see if I can remember exactly what he said. But more or less, he said something along the lines that a genuine grievance does not make a violent remedy justified. Now, I can't say it more clearly. It is important for people to understand, in taking up an issue on which they have a genuine grievance, how they take it up has a cost. If you take a matter up which is costly for the country, are you acting in the interest of the people of this country? If you take the matter up in such a way that you damage the reputation of our country in our region, are you helping the country? Or you're harming the country? I'll make that part of the debate. Minister Lamola has to run around at the moment receiving what they call note verbals from every country in our region, across the continent, who are worried about the safety and security of their citizens who are in our country illegally. And we can have a conversation with the leaders of other African countries and say to them, but this is a sovereign matter. We have the right to act in the interests of our citizens. But at the same time, it is in the interests of our citizens that we have a productive, respectful relationship with the leaders of other African nations in our region and on the continent, and of course in the world. Does anyone here think that everyone in the world is our friend? That instability in South Africa, is it a source of strength or weakness that others could exploit, who have different interests from ours, who don't have necessarily have the well-being of our people at heart? And the leaders of this country have the well-being of the people of our country at heart, and that means we have to look to the future. We have to be able to make responsible decisions and say things, even if they are unpopular, even if we're going to get criticism, even if we're going to get abuse on social media. I know that that will happen because of what I'm saying, but I'm going to say it because this is what I believe. I believe that what I'm doing is defending the interests of my people, this country. So that's why I'm here.